Cameron, thanks for being with us today.
Dave, thanks for having me. It's a real pleasure.
Now, you're one of the oldest drone companies in North America. Talk to us about your platform and why you've outlasted many drone companies.
I think the reason that we are still around and have survived so long and are now thriving is that our end goal has always been focused on the customer solution, not necessarily on a particular technology or a particular thing that we're in love with, but with what the customer really needs.
What would you say is the essential value proposition today?
Today, the essential value proposition is reliability, security, and longevity. Drones are now delivering mission critical data or mission critical function. And so what companies are looking for, whether it's an organization in the government or whether it's a Fortune 5000, is an organization that they can trust to make sure that that drone function or the data or the delivery, whatever it is done in a secure, reliable manner.
Well, Draganfly owns about 18 patents, as I understand it. A lot of the technologies that drones use today are really based on technology that you developed.
That's true. Because we've been at this business so long, many of the patents that we have are very basic patents that pretty much every drone in one form or the other infringes upon, whether it's removable blades or foldable landing gear or foldable arms or battery management systems. That said, we continue to innovate every year, and every year we have one or two very basic patents that we're able to put out that are affecting the entire industry.
Now, one of your verticals is public safety. I'd like you to give our viewers an example of a drone that is used in public safety.
Sure. Public safety is definitely one of our specialties, and we've been working in it for close to 20 years. We've sold over 9,000 drones to public safety agencies and departments throughout North America. Probably the best known use case of a public safety drone we have is that the Commander drone, the Draganfly Commander drone, was the first drone that was credited with saving a human life, where a search and rescue team actually used the thermal cameras on the drone that we had designed to actually find somebody that had wandered from a car accident in a snowstorm. That today, that drone sits in the Smithsonian as the first drone that saved a life. Today, we see public safety drones being used for things like first responder or vaccine delivery or medical delivery, or in accident reconstruction, or in public awareness campaigns for everything from crowd control to search and rescue or disaster relief.
What are some of the markets that you serve? We talked about public safety. What other markets do you serve?
We also serve the energy market, the ag market. We definitely serve the mining market, and we serve the very now booming health security market. And that market in particular is really interesting to us, as we have a very proprietary technology that enables us to use cameras to read vital signs simply from a camera at a distance.
You service a number of very large companies. Why do these big companies choose your company?
Well, I think these larger organizations, whether they're military contractors or Fortune 5000 or government institutions, choose Draganfly is very simply because we've been around the longest. We have a very strong IP portfolio, so they know they're dealing with a credible organization. We have an excellent track record of security, and we have the clearances at a military contractor level to be able to deal with and deliver and handle the sensitive information and tactics that are required that drones are useful for today.
Cameron, I want to talk more about your business model. In our conversations, you've said it's really not about the hardware, it's about the solutions. So talk to us more about the business model and develop that idea for us.
Sure. So at Draganfly, we can handle everything from concept to design to manufacturing to deployment to operations to logistics, right through to data analysis, delivery, and storage. And the reason that that's so important in today's market is there's probably no device out there that collects data, especially mission critical data, better and more efficiently than a drone. So when you think about whether it's a military contractor or whether it's a government agency or whether it's a mining company or whether it's a power company, the data that they are collecting is their strategic data. It is the most important thing in their business. So the organization that's collecting and designing and analyzing how that data is going to be used is more looked upon as a partner in the data industry than they are as a drone manufacturer. In fact, we like to say that we're actually a data company that manufactures drones, and we happen to do a whole bunch of AI in order to produce the best data. And so it's that turnkey solution that gives a closed environment for our customers to ensure that their data is safe and that it's coming from a single source of truth.
And what is it about 2021 that you believe will drive very, very strong revenue growth?
Well, I think there's three key factors. First of all, there's the regulatory maturity. So the regulatory market is now at a spot where the commercial applications of how drones are used has clarity and actually has met where the second thing is the customer is now seeing use cases that they want to apply drones to. The ROIs are just becoming so obvious and the regulations are becoming so clear that you can actually apply business models for drones. The third area, actually, quite frankly, has been the wake up or the realization of society that drones perform an incredible function, especially in this COVID area when we have to really be thinking about physical distancing and having as little contact as possible. In this case, drones are extremely efficient.
And why would a government agency, a federal prison, a state prison, choose your technology over your competitors?
Well, I think a lot of the reason is the fact that we have an incredible AI. So first of all, we're North American produced and manufactured, which is incredibly important from a security perspective. Second of all, the technology that we produce, say some of our prison or institutional clients, we're actually able to take cameras and have the AI on our cameras do things like measure physical distancing or take heart rates or respiratory rates or measure blood pressures, from cameras, whether they're in kiosks or CCTV cameras or smartphones or on a drone. And it's that type of technology that we build into our device platforms that really differentiate what we do compared to what other people are trying to do.
Makes perfect sense. To recap, what's the main takeaway for investors today? Why should they consider positioning in the stock today?
A North American drone company is going to become a major player in this multi-billion-dollar industry. And that North American drone player is going to be more than a device builder or a hardware builder. It's somebody that's going to be able to provide solutions to institution and Fortune 5,000 customers because it's mission critical data and a function that's completed by that company. That company needs to be able to do everything from design to analytics of not just the hardware, but the software, the AI, and the data. Because we've been around for 20 years, we actually have the platform that can deliver that at the right time and in the right place, which is 2021.
And finally, let's talk about your uplisting to an exchange here in the U.S. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we've had the very good fortune of being able to trade on the CSE and the OTC. We've successfully raised money at relatively low dilution rates, and we've now graduated to the point through our corporate governance and through our volumes and pricing, and obviously, and most importantly, through our fundamentals and financials, where we have the opportunity now to uplist to a national exchange, which is what we are very assertively doing at this point.
Cameron, thank you for being with us today.
Dave, it's always so great to be with you. Thanks for having us.